Hey guys, welcome to OnlyHairs Backroom Chat, the shit that you wish the hair industry talked more about. I'm your host Lex and this is episode 2. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. But before we get into it, a little disclaimer. If you get easily offended, then this probably isn't for you because we get real, we get honest, and we get a little bit sweary. So today on the show we have Cass Markus, known as the healthy hair enthusiast and owner of Kus Culture hair products. She's based out of Far North Queensland, Australia, and we have been chatting up a storm like you would not believe. We have been laughing so hard that my face is so sore, but we got into some real deep stuff all about from her starting up her business in small town Australia and scaling it to be this insane empire that she has now. So we go through business, we go through the chemistry of making the product, which is insane. We go through social media. She is just an absolute go-getter. Like, she is just so inspiring, and I'm so honored to have her on the show today, and I can't wait for you guys to learn as much as what I just did as well. From the last 2 episodes that I've had with OnlyHairs Backroom Chat, I have learnt so much. So I really hope this gets as far as I want it to go, because as me being in the industry for 17 years, I've learnt so much from just these last 2 episodes, and I just can't wait to see what I learn next. So, like, I use the products on my hair today in preparation, so it was nice and silky smooth, but I absolutely bleached the shit out of my hair, and for it to look this silky and this soft, babes, beautiful. So without further ado, let's bring on in Cass Markus of Kus Culture. Oh, yay! How you been now that I can hear you?
Good. I've been good. I've been stressed, but good. You know, good type of stress.
You had a big week?
Yes. Well, big month, and now big fortnight into this month. So I feel like every week's a big week. Just got to keep pushing.
Is there anything you can let us know about?
Well, I'm working on a new product. It's in production. I'm on a curl cream. So it's hard, obviously, because I don't have like curly hair because it's so long, but mum is my curly girl. So she's been testing it, and then I've had a couple of hairdressers tested as well. So it's been in the works for about 8 months, but yeah, it's in production now. So I'm thinking closer to the end of the year, I can launch that.
Oh my God, that's so exciting.
It is exciting. Yeah, it is. It's really exciting.
Okay, I feel like we're really jumping ahead.
Hi, everyone.
What are we drinking today?
Wine.
Wine. Oh, hang
on to a second glass.
Are you? Okay.
Yes.
No first. I've just got a little pink gin happening.
Very nice. It looks like a fancy cocktail.
I know. It's just the cup. Because it's really just out of...
No, not... You didn't want to just put a straw in that?
I'm going to be a little bit fancy, you know, a little bit.
Professional.
Shall we jump in?
Yes.
Yay! Okay. So, Cass, we always start off this segment with this same question, just to get everyone on the same playing field, just to show no matter where you are in your career, we're all human at the end of the day. So, what is your biggest hair-related fuck up?
Oh, I know, and I was thinking of this question too, and I thought, well, obviously I don't cut or colour hair, but I have cut and coloured my own hair before and royally fucked it.
Oh, really?
So I guess I have 2 for you. I have a business one and the one where I absolutely butchered my fringe before my year 8 hair photos, cut myself a mullet by accident and had to rock it. It's like I pulled the fringe from here down and I just did this. It was great.
Yeah.
And I would like to say a business one, if I may. I feel like I have a lot of them, but, you know, it's just you live and you learn. I look at them now and I'm like, oh, why the fuck did I do that? But I learned from it. So this one's really embarrassing and I've never told anyone. So are you ready for it?
Ooh, I'm getting the tea. I love it.
So in my first 6 months of having Kus, oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to tell you. In my first 6 months on social media, whenever someone messaged me, I messaged back with a different name because I didn't want them to know it was me messaging back. So I wanted it to look like another team member as well.
I like your business mind there, though. I do like that.
And looking back now, I'm like, what was I doing? Who is this personality?
You got a bit of Gemini traits in there happening.
Oh my God. I was like, what's this girl doing? Who is she? Get her out.
Oh, that's brilliant. And so what made you stop doing that?
I woke up to myself and I was like, there's only so far where you can fake it till you make it kind of thing. And people were commenting on, you know, my content as well. And so if I was replying, I didn't want to reply from a different name, even though it was me. It was just getting too messy. I was like, what am I doing? Everything needs to come from Cassie. I know.
Oh my God, that's so good. I love that.
I'm gonna like hashtag regret this later.
Well, I mean, it's funny, isn't it, though? They were great.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, let's get into these questions, shall we? Who Kus Culture is and what your story is?
Yes, well, I started Kus like 4 years ago now, or like came up with the idea 4 years ago and launched my first product coming up to 3 years ago now. So it's been 3-4 years now. So, and starting off with a styling range, I felt. The reason why I started it was because I've had a lot of different crazy colors, probably not as many as you, but I've been like blonde and then white blonde. I've had extensions like clip-ins, tape-ins. I've been Rihanna red. Every single color I went black as well. So it was like blonde, black, red, black, orange, black, balayage, black.
So bleach all the time.
Yes, the whole time. So, and I felt like, you know, like when you leave the salon, your hair is just feeling amazing, and then it feels great for like a week, and then it's like it feels like shit for 6 weeks until you go back and see your stylist, your hairdresser. So I felt like I was trying to get my hair healthy again, and I was like, no, okay, I've dyed it black. It's the best time now. Bless you.
Oh my gosh. Anyway.
Yeah, so I dyed it black for like the last time, and then I thought, no, I've really got to make it feel healthy. And I was like, well, I want to try and incorporate what hairdressers are doing in salons and taking it home. So like your hair's dry for 99% of the time. So I was looking into serums to start with because I thought I want to inject nourishment and hydration into my hair while it's dry, because I only wash it. I was pretty good. Even back then I washed it like every 3 to 5 days. I wasn't washing it every day.
Very good. I actually just had a video on TikTok go viral about like how often you should be washing your hair.
But yeah, so then I felt like I started looking at different serums, and and that's when I started reading the ingredients on the back of packaging. And, you know, so I would have literally like a lineup of 20 different ones, like what works for my hair. I know some will work, some won't, you know, and I've really got into it. And then I started looking at the ingredients. I'm like, well, this one costs like $70. It claims this, but my hair isn't feeling great, you know, or my hair is starting to feel dry again or feel worse than before. It's kind of like pawpaw. If you overuse it, like you become dependent on it. Yes. And I noticed that my favorite serum on the market at the time had ingredients in there that were coloring agents to make it look more authentic.
What?
So it actually, yeah, it had like different color, like 2 different ingredients. One was like a red color and the other one equated to be like a yellowy orangey color to make it look more authentic. So I was like, well, hold on, like what? Yeah. And it was at the bottom of the list. So it could have had just like the minute percentage in there. But I thought, well, this isn't right. Like, what am I actually putting into my hair? I've got all these different serums to see what feels good, but I had no knowledge behind it.
Yeah.
So that's when I started looking into different ingredients. And I started to like kind of mix my own oils. Like, I'm no chemist. I'm no chemist. Don't cancel me. But I started to, you know, like think of like, what's a good oil? How can I mix my different oils? And I started putting my own kind of concoctions in my hair. And then I like quit my job, went soul searching overseas for like 4 or 5 months, whatever. And I came back with better hair than before. And my mom and like family as well, they're like, what have you done? I was like, I don't know. I've just been like doing my own little thing. Like, I've just been really looking after it. And I was like, wow, I really like stripped the shit out of my hair, like got rid of all the crap and started injecting it with like good stuff. You know what I mean?
Nice. Yeah.
So yeah, and that's when I was like, well, I should probably make some. I had no business plan. I had like nothing. If someone told me it was going to be this freaking hard 3 years ago, I would have been like, sick, yeah, I'll just work my way up in retail because I'm good. Yeah, I started it and I was like, oh no, like I want to get this out. I want other people to know what's good. I want other people to experience what I'm experiencing. It's not about like good looking hair. It's about feeling that, you know, good feeling in your hair and having that confidence, which I felt like I was gaining with good hair. That's kind of how it started with no plan.
That is such an awesome story.
Yeah, it was pretty wild.
Yeah, because it is true. I mean, like, hair makes or breaks you, how you feel as a human. Like, I don't care what people say, it does. It controls exactly how people feel about themselves, how they feel about people looking at them. So I feel like my job very much is stressful because I have a lot riding on it, you know?
Yes, 100%.
But when you said about the colouring agents, and I had always knew this, but I never knew that actually, I never actually looked into the ingredients as hard as obviously what you have. I've always looked into it and be like, oh, there's some weird things going on here. Probably avoid using that. But there's like brands, I don't know if they've changed their formula now, but I've kind of like veered off from it. Yeah, because I remember when I had red hair, like bright red hair, and we were a Moroccan salon, and at this stage they only had their gold serum. So this was even before their blonde, their light serum or anything. And it was because I was only putting it in ends, mid-length ends of my hair, and it was turning my ends bright orange.
Yeah.
Because of like the yellow oil thing with the red. And then I was like, oh my God. But then I was wondering why all my clients were like, my hair's so yellow. Like, I don't know what's going on. So
it's funny you say that as well, because like my serums are golden, but that's because of the jojoba oil in it.
Yeah.
And I have had a question before from a hairdresser saying, well, it's yellow. Does that mean it's going to turn my blonde clients' colors yellow? I'm like, no, I know what you're talking about because I know some serums actually have that yellow red agent in it. But no, like mine's from the golden jojoba. It's an organic ingredient. It's fine. To be honest, I feel like everything is good in moderation. I know when people say like cut sulfates out, you know, and like all this stuff and they go quite extreme. And I feel that everything is okay in moderation. The same as kind of like using heat in hair. It's fine in moderation. And like as a hairdresser, you got to use heat. You've got to use chemicals. Like it's there in this modern day and age to use. And so I feel like it's just about knowing what you're putting into your hair, and stuff like a coloring agent in a finishing serum that's supposed to hydrate isn't a necessity.
But no, and it's, I do keep trying to explain to my clients that Because a lot of people say like, oh, but my shampoos and my styling products are all organic, they're all natural. But I've felt that my clients have just felt like shit afterwards. Because it's like so organic and so like just raw, and like it's actually stripping it out, the nutrients out of your hair. So I like to explain it's kind of like, you know, when you eat healthy and you have like a little bit of the nuttiness to eat, it's still good to have the both of it. It's about a balance.
Yes, exactly right. And I feel like it's different. I guess it's different for everyone. I feel like if you're washing your hair every single day because you're one of those people that has to because you go to the gym and, you know, hats off to you. However, don't use a sulfate-based shampoo then every single day. But if you wash your hair every 3 to 5 days and your natural oils have built up and you've got product or dry shampoo or whatever you've got in your hair, it is fine in moderation to use a sulfate-based shampoo or change it up. Sometimes I use it once a month to get my hair like really clean, and then I'll just use a normal shampoo like without sulfate in it for the rest of the month.
So do you feel like when you're using sulfate-free stuff compared to sulfate shampoos, it's just the foaminess?
Yeah, it's pretty much just the foaminess.
Yeah. So a lot of good quality shampoos out there now, they actually don't foam pretty much at all.
Yeah.
But that's, I think it's called like a sulfur. Oh God, I'll have to look into it. I'll pop it in just here. And we can have a little but that is it, and it's more for like the placebo effect of it actually being clean. Everyone's so used to having all these like shitty things that are in their shampoo to make it actually clean. But yeah, I'm a big no sulfate shampoo person because of hair color. That's the only reason.
Exactly right.
Sulfate shampoos with a colorful hairstyle. See you later.
Whereas me, I'm like, dark hair, don't care. I feel when it comes to these types of ingredients, like people need to be more educated and then know their own hair type and then know that moderation doesn't kill you, you know?
Yes, absolutely. So tell us what kind of products you have at the moment.
At the moment, so yeah, I started with 2 serums. Both are infused with jojoba oil. I've actually put jojoba throughout all of my products, and I'm going to continue to. I feel like that's just going to be my little superhero ingredient. I love it so much. But yeah, so they're both infused with jojoba. I have one that has mint in it, more for hair growth, and one with sunflower in it, which is more for like your repair and protect. I kind of alternate. I like the mint because of the smell, obviously. And then it does have really, really good properties for your oil balances as well, like your hair and scalp oils. So every time before I wash my hair, because I don't wash it that often, I put a serum treatment in to just get rid of like my dead skin and whatever kind of build up. Yes. And I have a heat protect spray as well. So that was my second product that came out. Again, I felt like at this stage I didn't have a business plan, but I knew that everybody was using heat tools a lot. So before my little say no to heat movement kind of came out, I'm like, let me have a heat spray for these people.
Yeah, it was something for everyone, obviously. So what degree does it protect up to?
Up to 300. I definitely don't recommend doing that though. But I feel don't do that.
When you said that to me, when you first told me about it, I was like, who the fuck has got their heat style high?
Mind blown.
Freaked. I was like, please don't tell me people actually doing that. But then you said it was like more like UV as well.
For UV, yeah. So it's like definitely for you. And I felt like we needed that in Queensland and in Australia because our ozone layer is a lot thinner than other countries. So I felt like I was doing the country a service.
Oh my God, you were.
Came out with my hair mask this year. So that has been a big one for Kus. And I feel like, yeah, it really just took off now, and it took off the brand. And we did a bit of rebranding in the last month as well. So I feel like it was like a bit of a relaunch again of the hair mask. So it was, yeah, it's really good.
So with the jojoba and mint serum, I want to jump back to that. Can you just explain how the mint reacts with your scalp? Because you did tell me that you could only put it on like the mid-lengths and ends, and then when you're doing a pre-shampoo to put it on your scalp.
Yes. So it was something that I didn't intend for the serum, but it was something that, like, when playing with it later, it really works, I guess. So the serums are always meant for like your mid to ends, so it doesn't build up or cause any extra oil in your scalp. But I found that because mint oil in itself is quite a balancing agent, so it cleans and then it helps with reproduction of new hair. And then it balances out your balances out your natural oils, so like your natural hair and scalp oils as well. So it balances out those levels. So it wasn't until soon after the launch of my first product, I started playing around with it, and I thought, well, it's supposed to be good for your hair. Like, everyone's got these mint shampoos that, you know, like burn your head off. I'm like, let me try.
Yeah.
I'm like, my hair's on fire.
It honestly burns. So, side note, the oils are not that strong.
No. Like, I don't even really feel it. Like, you feel a little bit of a cool sensation, but I don't really feel it at all. I think it's more like the jojoba and the mint, because it's blended quite well. I actually like put it into my scalp. So I like part it through, put it into my scalp, comb it through, and whether I leave it for like half an hour pre-wash, or sometimes I leave it for the full day and do like a slick bun or something. But I find that then when I do wash my hair after, slick bun, after when I do wash it, it's so much more cleaner. Like, it's just, there's just no crap in my scalp, and I find it's really fresh.
Yeah, and that's exactly how my hair feels as well. If you use it too much and you have a sensitive scalp, will it make an issue to do it too often?
No. Depending, but again, it shouldn't. It definitely, like, it wouldn't. But depending on you, I guess, like, if you're finding that you're putting too much in and drowning your scalp, you'll just have to pump it in.
Just like take the cap off. That's why I'm going through it so fast. I'm not using it on my clients. When I use it on my clients, the first thing that they say is like, "Oh my God, the smell is amazing." Yeah. And like, I think when you first sent me, was it just the oil and the heat protectant spray? Oh yeah, because you haven't brought out the
mask yet.
Yeah. And I use it on my clients, and I just remember, I really wish I didn't voice note it to you and I could just screenshot what I'd sent you. But I was like, hey, tried your serums and your products. Look, gotta be real. Most stuff makes it feel amazing. But this is just next level. I can't even feel it. It's that soft. It's ridiculous.
I remember getting that message and I started listening to it because you were like, and can I just tell you, and like, I was listening to it like this and my heart sank. I was like, oh my God, she's going to be brutal. Like, holy shit, what's happening? And then you said it and there was literally just tears, and Will, my partner, comes in and is like, Cass, you okay? I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
The anticipation got me so good. I thought you were going to say something horrible.
But this is the thing. I am like such a straightforward person. Like, if someone sends me something and I don't like it, I'm going to say, hey, thank you for sending it to me, but not a fan.
Yeah.
Or if it's really good, and be like, what the fuck? Because what got me and stumped me was that you're not a hairdresser.
Yes.
It's really good. And that's why I wanted to get you on here today, because I just want to nitpick everything.
Yes.
I want to know exactly everything. Because you are a small town girl. You're from Cairns, or are you from North?
I'm from Melbourne originally.
Ah.
I know. Hills, southeast suburbs in Melbourne. And then when I was 17, me and my parents, we moved up to the Gold Coast. And yeah, now I've only been in Cairns for about 4 years. I moved up here for my partner. Yeah, I've been working Kus pretty hard since then. But I feel like launching a business in a small town, for me personally, was great.
Oh, okay.
And I felt maybe because I wasn't from here, I felt like because I didn't know anyone, I just came in, I was new, and I was like, this is what I'm doing. Whereas I feel like if I was to launch it in Melbourne from where I was from, I just don't feel like I would potentially be taken seriously. I already suffer with like imposter syndrome because I'm not a hairdresser. And I feel like, and I've spoken to you about it before too, like I feel like I get a little bit of slack because of that sometimes, and that stems from like my old hairdresser from Gold Coast, before I moved up here, when I first started Kus, I said, oh, this is what I'm going to do. I'm so interested about this, and oh my God, did you know? And like I was just rattling off things to her, and she said to me, she's like, yeah, but you're not a hairdresser, Cass. Like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, well, you know, I don't know anything about cutting or coloring. Like, that's your domain, mate. Like, that's fine. But yeah, she really put me down about it. So I was like, oh, I don't know. And I came with a lot of doubt, but I thought I just got to push through. I felt it in my soul.
Yeah, you've really stuck to your guns. And I fucking take my hat off to you. Because even now, like, I've been in the industry for like 17 years and I still get imposter syndrome all the time. All the time, especially when I was in London. This little like Innisfail girl, like small town North Queensland, Australia.
Yeah.
In London, I was like, this. Like I was walking on stage one day, and like the owner of Pop Route was like, "Oh, like you're back from Australia," and I'm like, "That's not me." So I thought that was a really great question to ask you, because you have come into this industry, you know, not a hairdresser. And you're fucking slaying the game.
Trying.
Oh, no, you really are. You nailed it. Like, you're on point with social media. Your marketing's amazing. Your packaging is unbelievable. The turnover is great. Like, your delivery is fucking...
Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying. And to be honest, it's like my imposter syndrome, it's something that I deal with every single day, to the point where like I wake up, I have a wake up mantra that, you know, just to get my head in the game properly. Like I don't know. And I feel it does come from like growing up in Melbourne as well. There was just like a lot of bullying and everything. I feel like people will pay me out or, you know, not take me seriously. So then coming into a game where I'm not a hairdresser, I don't have hairdressing qualifications, I don't know anything about cutting or coloring or, you know, anything else other than healthy hair and how to keep your hair healthy at home. Yeah, I felt like I had to really offer something else to the table. And yeah, it came with the products, the tools, the accessories as well, I feel.
That's right. Yes. Yeah. Can we talk about these accessories, because they are so cute?
I think I decided to do them because I wanted to encourage people to use less heat, and then using like the heat spray to look after your hair, but then coming out with cute accessories to encourage people to like, hey, wear your hair half down, half up, or braided, or, you know, stuff that's safer for your hair, I guess.
That just leads me into more talking, I guess, about the way of cutting people's hair as well. Because I personally, as a hairdresser, I like to cut things in natural form. So that just means like letting the hair sit how it would naturally and cut it like a hedge. Literally. Yeah. It's how your hair would sit on its own.
Kind of why as well I wanted to develop this, because I felt like you need at-home things. Not everyone can blow dry and style like a hairdresser. Not everyone has these salon products at home that they just, you know, can use and are at their disposal. And yeah, that's why I just wanted to make it a little bit easier for everyone at home to keep their hair healthy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so the hair mask, it's even though it's called like anti-frizz, usually for me to recommend something that's anti-frizz is usually really heavy.
yeah.
It's not. Like, I get really, really oily hair, and you can see how much I've been stressing. The beautiful shine that's happening on my face right now.
Natural oils.
My natural oil. God.
My natural glow.
Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just protruding this natural glow, baby. Yeah, so with me, I've got like the glass hair type where like if I use a little bit too much product, any kind of product, it's just oil. I don't get that with the defrizz mask. I don't get that with the oil.
Yeah,
you know, like it's oil going in an oily head. Like it's just I don't get it, which is really great.
I do different types of testing with it where I'll go like hard out and then see what it's like a week of not doing it, or consistently using it, seeing if my hair becomes limp or, you know, different type of shape, just to see really what happens.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, and that's kind of what I do now, like with the salons that I am starting to stock to as well. I'll give them not just like the sample size of everything, I'll give them a full size of everything in the range, just so they can use it amongst themselves, take it home, use it as well, get a good feel for it before they start stocking it in their salon and selling it to their customers. Yeah.
Great business model that is. Because usually you only get like a sachet.
Yeah. What am I supposed to do with a sachet?
I know. Your hair is unbelievably long. It's so long.
It is.
You have any issues with it being so long?
Like going to the toilet, yeah. Is that like the type of issues we're talking about?
Yes. I did want to bring it up, but I didn't know how to, and I was like, is that weird that me asking like how do you
I have complete strangers asking me that. Don't even get me started. They're like, your hair's so long. How do you go to the toilet? I'm like, hi, stranger.
What? Oh,
just
wow.
look to the side. Yeah, it's over 1 meter long, and I'm like 164 centimeters. So it's like, and it like always comes down. Like if I'm wearing a nice mini skirt or mini shorts, it like comes past that. So I feel like it's probably too long for my liking at the moment, but at the moment it's a good like marketing wow factor. Like how can I keep it healthy and still that long?
Yeah, because really when you think about it, hair that length is probably a good 5-6 years old.
Longer, I reckon.
Yeah, easy. And people don't actually know that. People don't understand that.
Have you ever had, this is a question for you. Have you ever had someone come in and genuinely think that their hair grows from the ends and not their roots?
One. I've had one in all of my 17 years, and I thought she was pulling my leg.
Yeah.
Especially because, and this is, I guess this is the hairdresser's fault as well, because we say the more regularly you get your hair trimmed, the faster it will grow.
Yeah.
Which is true, but it isn't true.
Yeah.
Because obviously, the hair grows from your scalp, that's where you get regrowth. Yeah, people are like, how does it grow from? Oh, they were surprised. Like, I'm like, oh, you really got to like dumb it down.
Yeah. Like a bunch of like fun facts at your disposal, kind of like depending on if you fry it, you know, every day with a straightener or a curling wand and how often you wash it, you know, that means that your hair is going to start to get dry and it's going to split. So you need the trim, not Sally there that doesn't fry her hair every day. Or.
And I mean, you think about it and you want to do that. And I've done that for like my booking system. So I've explained what each service is and what should, you know, who deserves to have what treatment, blah, blah, blah. But even then, like without it being a fucking novel, people don't, you can't.
Yeah.
But there's one hairdresser, I think you follow him as well, Casey Coleman.
I love him. I love him so much.
Oh, his like little skits that he does.
Oh, I fangirl when he replies to my comments. I'm like, oh, he liked my comment.
But yeah, even like his little wigs and stuff that he wears, it's just hilarious.
Kills me. But he's got, yeah, those like basic bitch tips or something like that for hair, and he does a lot. Yeah, so.
Okay, so back to your products.
Mm.
From start to finish, how did you make it?
Make it.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my Lord. I feel like every single product that I've come out with has been such a different process. I feel because I haven't just come out with 3 or 4 different types of shampoos and conditioners and like different ranges or whatever. Like it's been completely different products.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. Sorry, I was just getting whipped by a curtain.
My cheeks hurt from laughing so much tonight. I'm gonna give myself a massage later. Just like this.
Do some face yoga.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Continue.
Yeah, I just feel like all of them have been quite different and unique. I started off with the serums, and I found it really hard to find a manufacturer. So at the time I was living on the Gold Coast, it was just before I moved up here, and I was struggling. I called up probably about 10 different cosmetic and hair manufacturers. There's no like just hair manufacturers in Australia. It's like cosmetic and hair. And I called up 10. I reckon 8 of them didn't want to take me on as a startup. Yeah. And 2 of them, their minimum order quantities were 10,000 per product. I had $300 in my account.
Yeah.
And I was working behind a bar and deciding whether I wanted to move up to Cairns for my new boyfriend. So I was like, fuck my life, what do I do? But like at this stage I was committed. Like once I set my mind to something, I was like, nah, I've got to do this, you know, I've got to find a way. So all my first products now were actually manufactured overseas. But what I did was got the formulations done here in Australia. So I picked a chemist that was in Brisbane, and I still use the same one. Got the formulations done, sent overseas, manufactured, brought back, and then I found a lab that does all the Australian standard testing.
Oh, cool.
Yes, so I found that for that time of my life, that's kind of what was suitable. And I still then got all the certificates as well, because you have to legally have one, between 1 to 3, definitely 1, but I've got 2 different certificates. So for like the pet and the sustainability as well. And it's so expensive. I could pretty much sell a liver for 1 certificate.
What? Really?
Yeah, so one does pretty much just making sure that all the ingredients are correct and true and combined well. And the other one is a sustainability one. So to see how long, like what temperature, what type of shelf life it has.
Oh, and that's the little like on the bottle. It's the little
thing. Yeah. Yeah. And it has like the number of like how long it can, like once it's open. Yeah, so like if that lid is open, it means after open, it can stay open for like 3 months, 6 months, 12 months.
Yeah. So for those that at home, check your testing. Yes. Because even with your makeup though, I've had makeup for like a year and a half, and I'm like, I'm rubbing that shit in my eyeballs.
Yes, I know. I'm like, oh, that's why I got pimples.
Yeah, I know. And I've like, since I've started like focusing on that, skin's gotten better, like everything's gotten better. Because I know I'm guilty, and I know for a fact there's so many people that on their tester shelf at the salon have had products sitting there for fucking years.
Yeah.
Years.
Yeah.
Years.
Yeah. And once that shit's open, it can't be closed again. So it's a whole new world. But as of this year, I've actually moved everything to Australia. So, yes.
Cool. But does that also mean that it's a lot more expensive for you to make? Because that's what a lot of people have found. Yeah.
Upside down face if I could.
Yeah. But this is the hard truth about it.
It's not as expensive as when I was first inquiring about it all, but I feel like because now I've got some product in the market, like they can actually see, I guess, that I'm legit. I'm here for the long run. To this day, I think they still call me a small fish compared to their other clients as well. Yeah, it's a bit ridiculous. But yeah, so I feel like each process was so different with my overseas manufacturer, and I felt like just my hair mask as well, I went through, I would say maybe 20 different samples, give or take some, and each sample cost me about $200 to $300. Yes.
Oh my God.
But it was a lot of toing and froing as well, because it's like they have the formulation, but then just getting it right on their end to bulk manufacture was a bit difficult. But now, like taking everything and doing this curl cream, for instance, now in Australia, it literally took 2 samples and nailed it. Like absolutely nailed it. Yeah, and after the first sample, I got feedback, from a few hairdressers as well that have different types of curl grades. And Mum, like I said, she's got like the nice curly hair. So yeah, so it's in production now. And yeah, the way it works, like for anyone that's interested, is I paid for half the product to get it started, and then I'll pay for the other half once it's completed.
Nice. So with say like the oils and stuff, because I know that, I mean, I think of it, I'm thinking it, so a lot of other people will be thinking it too.
Yeah.
When you first made the oils, were you literally like tipping oils in together?
Yes.
Like kitchen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know what I was doing.
So from your kitchen to then going to a chemist and saying, this is what I want to happen.
Yeah.
What did you say?
These are the ingredients that I really like. So I'm pretty sure from memory now, 4 years ago, I gave him like 5 ingredients. Jojoba was on there, mint was on there, like sunflower. And I knew I wanted to do 2 because I didn't want to mix mint and sunflower. I felt like they were really strong separately. And then I said, can you somehow make a formulation, like make it happen? And then that's when it was just toing and froing with the formula. To this day, I will never say, oh, I know it. I know the percentage I want to start with. Like that's the chemist's job. So I'm very like, you're the hairdresser, you cut and color their hair. They're the chemist. They know the formulations. I just know these are the products that I want in there, and these are the products I definitely don't want.
That's so good to know, and thank you for explaining that. I love that. So do you walk into a chemist?
No, no.
This is the questions you gotta ask.
They've got their factory in Brisbane, so I haven't been there, but my dad has. So he's gone in to meet them, but I always just talk to them over the phone. My parents are on the Gold Coast, so they're very involved.
That's good. Yeah, I have seen your mum in a lot of your like reels and posts and stuff like that. How is it working with your mum?
I think she secretly hates doing the videos I make her do. Sorry, Mum. Like, hey, so you're gonna just stand here, and I'm just gonna tape you. And she's like, okay, what do I do? What do I? No, she does though. She does all the books for Kus. She is a financial controller by trade, so she's really good with numbers. I know, I'm so blessed.
Indeed. Oh my gosh. Like after the last conversation I had with Sheridan, Mama Web,
yeah.
I haven't seen that episode, go and check it out.
I loved it.
Oh, yay, good. I'm glad. We had a ball talking too. It was so yeah, after talking to her and hearing how she's just so on the ball with her finances and all that kind of stuff really inspired me. And actually I had an appointment with my accountant today. I got on top of my taxes. I feel like a big girl. I got my big girl pants on.
I talk to my accountant and I do those big girl things, but I'm like,
Or same. Same. I literally went there. We went to school together. So I was like, help. Rochelle, her name. Love you. If you see this, love you. You're the best. But yeah, I was like, I can't. I'm like, I do hair, man. You just need to help me do this because I don't know what to do with this. And she's like, telling me all these things. Have you read Profit, the book?
No.
She's told me I don't like reading. My ADHD.
Me either. I'm like, audiobook?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good shout. I got to write that down.
Right down now, honestly.
Audio book. Okay, Profit, it's called. And she's told me I need to read it. And I was like, she just saw my eyes like glaze over. And she's like, well, I've read it. So this is what you have to do. And I was like, okay, well, I'll still try. I'll try. Just so I understand a bit more. But she get one lot of accounts with a different bank, something that's not your usual bank, it's out of your placebo, that you're not always thinking that you can access it. That's for your business, this is that, and this percent goes into this, and that percent goes into that. And I was like, what?
And you're like, can I give you my password and you set this up for me? Thanks.
And she's doing that for me. I'm like,
oh, shit.
I honestly love her. She's amazing. And she just cracked up laughing as soon as I walked in the door. So I just looked so stressed.
Yeah.
And she's like, come, sit.
My partner, he runs an IT business. So he's very smart. He's been in the game for like 20 years.
Wow.
He's just been doing it. And him and my mum are like the same because they just understand figures, they get business, and they're like, yeah, let's get all this stuff lined up. And me and Dad are like, I have an idea, and I have this idea, and I have that idea, and before I continue doing this job, let me go run up and do this idea. And we're just so scattered. And I feel like it's so funny because me and Dad have just found partners that are so opposite to us.
All right, I'm manifesting to this world because I am single AF. Come to me. Come to me.
And no numbers.
And no numbers. Yes. I need this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
No, that's good. But yeah, so we digress.
I love that.
I was really prepared to go back into the conversation. I'm like, what was that?
Yeah, I'd kind of forgotten. I got distracted by how single I am. Yeah, I'm going to have a sip to that too.
And that's where we're going to have to end it here for today. But don't worry, there will be a part 2 going up next week. Cass and I just chatted so much and we got through so much interesting stuff. And I just didn't want to cut any of it out because I learned a lot. So I know that you guys will learn a lot too. So as a thank you for watching and waiting for part 2, check out the code that's in the description on the OnlyHairs Facebook group. And you can use that code in the checkout at the kusculture.com website. And you can use that code not once, not twice, but until the end of time. I don't know why I said it like that. Ow, that hurt. So don't forget to follow Cassie, myself, and Kus Culture. I will leave all their social media handles here. And once again, I would like to thank you for your ever-growing support. And we will see you next week for part 2 with Cass from Kus Culture.